Shalom, shalom, and welcome. This is From Four Corners. It is a series of messages to those who seek to do the will of the Almighty Father and who have come to accept Yahusha as Messiah, as Mashyach. It is a series of messages to those who will participate in the 144,000 and multitude to be gathered for our final exodus. It is to you, my brothers and sisters, you whom these words will resonate with the life and power and might of the Spirit of Yahusha. You whose spirit will be stirred to move, to act, to participate in the fulfillment of what has been written since days of old. If you're tuning in for the first time, my name is Symmanayah, and today is August 4th, 2014. This segment is entitled, Traveling Times Are Coming. My brothers and sisters, by now you have heard people express anticipation of a final exodus. There are those who anticipate an erroneous rapture that will happen any day now. Either way, anticipation is there from one way or another among believers. If you're tuning in for the first time, allow me to share that I, along with many, believe that there will indeed be a final exodus, and we will witness Yahusha being gathered from the four corners of the earth. An event that will include the 144,000 and the true tribes of Yahusha, along with a great multitude, all representing individuals who will be ordered by the words of Yahusha Messiah. Given that it is becoming more and more clear that man is on a collision course to extinction, it could be said, due to our neglect of life in this planet, the ultimate question remains for some as to when and what will happen once we reach this point of extinction. Scriptures foretell of the time when we will put off the corruptible and put on the incorruptible. If we search the scriptures, we will also discover that there will be a time known as Judgment Day. I submit to you, my brothers and sisters, we are vastly approaching such a time. Back to the matter of a final exodus, there will come to be and it requires many details for fulfilling. Yes, it will not be some instantaneous gathering. It will be one that require work, journeying from one point to the next until we are gathered together. Just recently I read an article suggesting the possibility of the population of California, 58% possibly, may have to migrate from the state of California. That comes to be roughly over 21 million people may have to evacuate California because of a lack of fresh water. And I ask you, do you honestly believe if 21 million people are leaving the state because of no water, that the remaining 16 million plus will not follow suit? It will be a time soon when we will witness chaos produced as a result of people frantically trying to leave and migrate out of an area, many who will be uncertain as to what state or what location to move to. But you, my brothers and sisters, who are called by the name of Yahuah, will face the realities that our Father is calling us through the Spirit of Yahusha. He is gathering us, and that journey will begin. For some, it has already begun. California, a lack of fresh water and soon a lack of food, will be a state that will soon be in disarray. We will begin to see a domino effect. For currently, there are many states west of the Mississippi that are experiencing severe and extreme drought. The same conditions that pose the question of when to migrate from California is being circulated in the state of Texas, Arizona, Nevada, and other states west of the Mississippi. If you have been following the messages and warnings that I've presented, there should be no secret that I believe that the habitable places on this planet will roll up like a scroll. That where it all began, such as the Garden of Eden, where life all began, we will witness the end will wrap up in the same region where life began. We will see the end come. If you doubt it, search the scriptures and see Where do you believe the Garden of Eden existed? And if you search the scriptures, where do you see the last march against the children of Yahuah taking place? It is in the same region. Conditions have begun where man will find proof that we will be directed back to the region where life began. The bottom line, my brothers and sisters, traveling times are coming. Traveling times of coming. Thus the title of this segment. Traveling times are coming for the righteous and the unrighteous. For the battle scene, the battle landscape will be between the wicked and the set apart people who are awaiting Mashyach, Yahusha. And it will occur in an area that has been designated. Allow me to present to you the children of obedience will be guided to a safe place by the leading of the Spirit of Yahusha directly. And as he, Yahusha, works through his chosen leaders and those sent messengers, there will be brothers and sisters who will be martyrs. There will be those overtaken with unbelief and left behind. All too often, we can find individuals who agree, but for some reason, we either dismiss the final exodus as something light years away or don't pertain to us today. I submit to you, my brothers and sisters, that cannot be further from the truth. Let me ask you the question, could there be a final exodus without people moving? If the Almighty Father Yahuah disciplined his children, and we still find ourselves stubborn and stiff-necked, is it not possible that he will make us move to fulfill his word? Could global warming and climate change be the major tools for producing extreme weather patterns and causing extreme drought and widespread famine? Yes, some could say, well, it goes before that. It goes to a rise in CO2 levels in our atmosphere and methane gas in our atmosphere, thus creating the global warming effect. Some can go further than that and say it's a result of our greed, man's greed, and neglect for life in the planet. My brothers and sisters, scriptures will be fulfilled. The Most High plan is not contingent upon him asking our permission. There are orders. How can we say we serve an almighty one, a sovereign, to some a king, without realizing that there will be direct orders, not passive suggestions? We will learn to obey the living guidance of the Almighty Father. My brothers and sisters, are you prepared? Are you praying, studying? Have you identified those who truly seek to worship the Almighty Father? Are you in a fellowship where people are as one in Yahusha Messiah? Or are you in a compromising fellowship who just constantly throws and say, oh, it's okay for us to be compromising because you're not going to find a perfect fellowship? There is no such scripture that gives us the excuse to waddle in compromising teaching if we disagree with what's being taught and practiced. Let us begin to discover one another who share like thoughts, like mind, like spirit, one in Yahusha, and the righteousness of his word, as it is rightly divided and rightly used. All too often, my brothers and sisters, we find ourselves uncertain, unwilling to just focus on Yahusha and watch him draw us together, those who are of like mind. The final exodus will come to be, my brothers and sisters. Could what's unfolding in California represent only the tip of the iceberg? You see, we have come to be so focused on the United States, but look around. Brazil, parts of Europe, China, Japan, Australia are experiencing some of the same challenges as it relates to drought and extreme weather patterns, as it relates to conditions that are making it difficult, if not at all impossible, to grow food. Are you aware across the planet drought is spreading? Be alert. Where living conditions change, people begin to move. Where fresh water and food becomes scarce, individuals will migrate towards the food sources. Man and all living things will follow their food source. Pray and watch. From the smallest of bacteria, pestilent and disease, to animals, to man, all will seek to be near their food source. While we who seek to do the will of the Almighty Father have witnessed him present things to us, we will also witness him directing us to where he will put his hands on our actions, and we will be able to grow the food that is necessary. But we will be on the journey, my brothers and sisters. We will not be able to stand within some places for too much longer until we reach that final destination. My brothers and sisters, it's time to begin growing in trust, trusting that the Almighty Father is indeed among us, that his words are going forward. Traveling times are coming. For some, they are already here. Have you begun to ask, what will you take? Who will travel with you? Where would you go? When? And of course, where would that final destination be? Soon and very soon, the chosen leaders of Yahusha will emerge, and we will begin to see a demonstration of some phenomenal things, phenomenal power. For this game of tug of war, these battles that we face will come to an end, for judgment does begin at the house of the Almighty Father. He will refine and shape us and structure us. Brothers and sisters will begin to witness the shaping of true Yahusha. Many will be surprised at their identity. Some has dismissed that there's a need to come to know the 12 tribes of Yahusha. But I submit to you, each of the 12 tribes of Yahusha must be identified in order to fulfill what has been written in Scripture. And there will be a multitude of every nation, kindreds, and tongues, our brothers and sisters, we who are grafted together in the body of one in Yahusha Messiah. I believe, my brothers and sisters, we are soon to witness prophecies unfold so clear that we will realize we are very close to that final Exodus. And I repeat as often as I can and direct it that there will be movement. Traveling times are coming. Consider Isaiah 11:12. And he shall raise a banner for the nations and gather the outcasts of Yahusha and assemble the dispersed of Yehudah from the four corners of the earth. Isaiah 43:5-7 says, and I shall say to the north, give them up, and to the south, do not keep them back. Bring my sons from afar and my daughters from the ends of the earth. All those who are called by my name, who I have created, formed, even made for my esteem. And don't forget Jeremiah 23:3. Therefore I shall gather the remnant of my flock out of all the lands where I have driven them, and shall bring them back to their fold, and they shall bear and increase. And consider Ezekiel 11th chapter, verses 17-20. Therefore say, thus say the Master Yahuah, and I shall gather you from the peoples, and I shall assemble you from the lands where you have been scattered, and I shall give you the land of Yahusha. And they shall go there, and they shall take away all its disgusting matters and all its abominations from there. And I shall give them one heart, and put a new spirit within you. And I shall take the stony heart out of their flesh, and give them a heart of flesh, so that they walk in my laws, and guard my right rulings, and shall do them. And they shall be my people, and I shall be their Elohim. Some who believe these prophecies have been fulfilled, I ask you, have we witnessed like situations become cyclical? In other words, have there been like conditions of famine, pestilence, and disease, of discipline and correction? Have there been like actions of protections? Has there been like actions of favor and mercy from the Most High? But we have entered into end times, my brothers and sisters. We have entered into a season where there are things that will happen that have never happened before, for soon our Messiah, Yahusha, returns. Remember, brothers and sisters, while we may walk this walk and take a breath and have a heartbeat, it is through the mercy and favors of the Most High Father. Our final exodus draws near, and all the division that is among those who sincerely seek to pursue righteousness will be laid waste. The division will be removed. We will be delivered from the strongholds of delusions and misperceptions and misinterpretations of his words. And those who will fulfill the 144,000 in multitude, we will come united. We will miss some who have been close to us, for some will die. But we will witness some, many of us, who will experience being humbled and corrected and disciplined. We will be fashioned in the image that the Most High have for us, my brothers and sisters. Are you prepared? Are you prepared to let go of strongholds once they are identified? Are you prepared to begin the migration process, or at least, the very least, the preparation? Have you given thought to the necessary adjustments and demands that will be placed on you, your household, your camp, your fellowship in these final days? Let us begin to discuss traveling times, my brothers and sisters. Let us begin to have the discussions among one another. I cannot stress enough how important it will be, what will come to be, by beginning to discuss that traveling times are coming, and for some are here. For in the discussion, in some cases, you will see the true colors of a person, the true intent of a person. There are actions and there are words that sometimes expose wickedness, such that we, when our eyes and ears are open, have no problems coming away or purging it from our ranks. We will witness, my brothers and sisters, as we are gathered. There will be times of coming away, and there will be times of purging. Traveling times are here, and all the proof that is necessary will soon come before each of our eyes. Until next time, my brothers and sisters, I cannot stress enough the importance of beginning to discuss these matters, pray on these matters, prepare. For when it hits some, it will hit with an intensity that in some cases people will escape with just the very clothes on their backs. Pray and seek to discern whether or not there is life in this message, in these words I present to you. I can only do what I believe I am compelled to do, for it is he that gives me breath and a heartbeat that I must respond to. Will I stumble and fall at times? I will. Will I make mistakes? Indeed, that will occur. Remember, I know and you know the flesh war against the spirit. But let us continue to walk with open arms, with a ready mind and body, to be washed in the blood of the Lamb, to be reproved, corrected, polished, refined in the image that the Almighty Father has established for us. Until next time, my brothers and sisters, be mindful. The season has begun. The preparations have begun. The refinement has begun regarding traveling times. Traveling times are coming. Until next time, I invite you to continue to tune in to From Four Corners. Shalom, shalom, shalom.